Alright lads, so I've been getting this question a lot on some of my streams, and I've been seeing a couple of comments here and there about people speculating on what the classes for the new 2023 Summer Servants are going to be. Now, we are about 5 days away as of this video going up on the channel from this actual event hitting us over on the JP version of the game, but I still want to get a little bit of speculation in there because having discussions on FGO is very fun. Now, one important thing before you guys go to the comments down below and give me all your little thoughts on what class you think they're going to be, here's one thing to keep in mind. There are only 2 summer servants, excluding the guys that have costumes, obviously, because that's the same class, but there's only 2 summer servants that share the same class as their original class, and that is Summer BB, who is still a Moon Cancer, and there is Summer Abigail, who is still a Foreigner. These are the only 2 summer servants out of, like, the 8-year, well, I guess I should say 7 years, because we don't have Summer 8 yet, but out of the 7 years of Summer, all of those units, there are only 2 that share their classes, and BB actually kind of makes some sense because it's BB. Why would she be anything other than a Moon Cancer? I mean, that's kind of her class anyway. They literally made it just for her. And then Abigail, I have no idea. I have no idea why they kept her as a Foreigner. Maybe it's because she's still got the Yogg Thought thing going on. I have no idea. I think they could have just made her like an archer or something, but that's a whole other discussion for another day. So I just want you to keep that in mind before you start diving into the comments and being like, oh, I think she's going to still be a caster or something like that. Maybe not, especially because we did just get a very strong, Saberface caster for Anniversary. Are they going to drop another caster, like, right after that? Although, her name is still Artoria Caster Summer, so we'll see about that. Then again, the wiki's just calling it that, so we'll actually see what they decide to call her. They might not even call her Artoria Caster because, well, that would be a little redundant, but we'll see about that. So I'm going to kind of give my thoughts right here. I got some stuff written down. I already tried to collect my thoughts, but looking at this one's NP right here, starting off with Caster Artoria, quote-unquote, right? I have 3 kind of speculations on this one. For one, we see in her NP that she turns all the Rongominiads, which is used by Lancer Artoria, into Excaliburs, which is used by Saber Artoria. So because she does that, that might be kind of a clue or a hint that she might be a Saber. Then again, Caster Artoria already has all the different swords anyway in her caster version, so that might not actually mean a whole lot. Maybe I'm looking a little bit too much into it, but hey, this is a speculation video. Of course, I'm going to look a little too deep into everything. There's also this little fish guy over here that maybe makes me speculate that she could be a rider if she's going to, like, ride it into battle or something. Maybe we'll get something like that. I think that one is a bit more of a reach, but realistically, I think she's probably going to be some extra class servant. They're probably going to throw her in as, I don't know, man, like a pretender, a ruler. You can't probably do an Avenger. She's a little too happy to be that. I mean, look at all the Avengers we got. They're all pretty angy people, although we'll get into that later on. But I think realistically, some extra class, she can't really be like Foreigner or anything, unless they're just going to put an Outer God into her, but she looks a little too happy to be an Outer God person. Then again, I guess Abigail also looks pretty happy, so maybe that might not mean anything. So Saber, extra class are kind of the 2 things that I'm going to be speculating on that one. Chloe over here. So there are 2 things that I think could be legit for Chloe. One, if you've seen Prisma Ilia, you know they have these like kaleidoscope things, these little magic wands that turn them into little magical girl things. They got all that stuff going on. Even though she's not technically like Ilia and Miyu, you could maybe make her a caster using, I don't know, some weird kaleidoscope thing if you want to go that route. But realistically, you'll notice she has this little resort staff little pin over here, like she's going to be working as like an actual staff member during the event. And so I think because of that, she might be a ruler, and the joke might be, oh, she's like a ruler, the people that are supposed to maintain order in the different Grail Wars, right, and make sure that nobody breaks the rules. Well, she's also the resort staff over here who make sure people don't break the rules and everything, make sure you're doing everything that you should be doing while you're on vacation. So I'm kind of leaning into ruler. I think that'd be really funny, although I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if she's a caster. I don't know, man. These like umbrellas could be like an actual wand or something. Who knows? Prisma Ilia is a weird show, so I don't know if they were like, well, what are the kaleidoscopes became the umbrellas. Although I think these are actually just supposed to be like her swords that she has, because remember that Chloe does dual wield the Emiya swords, right? So I think that's what that's supposed to be. Maybe she'll be a Saber, right? Maybe that's what they'll do for her. But I love the idea for being a ruler too much, because I think that's just absolutely hilarious. All right, Suzuka. I wonder what class Suzuka could be Is there anybody that has any speculation on what Suzuka might be? I don't know. These two swords might have some indication of what class she's going to be. Obviously, the whole saber thing could just be a whole misdirection. She could be like Berserker Musashi, right? Who's like, supposed to be the swordsman person, but they just made her a Berserker, right? It could just be this complete left field thing. Dog, honestly, these two things could be combined to make like a bow or something. Who knows? You take like both ends of them, put a string in the middle, and then she's like, bam, actually, I was an archer the entire time. Who knows, right? It would be very weird because as we talked about earlier, my bad, as I talked about earlier, not a lot of the original servants in their summer versions share a similar class, and Suzuka's already a saber, so I do think that would be a little weird because it's not very common for them to have them share classes, so I don't know, maybe she will end up being like an Avenger or a Berserker, right? Something that just kind of makes her good. Remember last year we had the Summer Heiress who's an Avenger, and she is very, very strong, and that kind of just came out of nowhere. I mean, even given Heiress's lore, I think her being an Avenger is very strange. So who knows? Maybe they're going to make the same excuse for Suzuka, make her an Avenger, and just make her a dummy nutty good unit, right? So then we have those four, right? Or not those four. Those three over here. Now we have the Fey Knights over here. By the way, watch this like not be Sith, and they're just doing it to throw everybody off. I know it's obviously, Sith, Melusine, and Barghest over here, but watch them just throw everybody off. They're like, actually, that was just not at all who those three people were, right? They made it like look like an outline, and then just completely clickbaited everybody, and they swapped it to three other people. I'd be pretty mad because I'm really looking forward to Barghest with an AK-47 over here. But what about these guys? I guess we'll start off with the Barghest since I just talked about her. I think her being an archer is pretty obvious. She literally has a gun that is like a ranged projectile. I know there's a meme in FGO about like, oh, if you just throw something, you automatically become an archer, right? Like that's just the qualification you gotta have, but it's a gun, right? All right, if we come over here and we check out some of the different archers, we got archers with guns, all right? We got our boy Emiya Alter over here, and we have... Actually, hold on. I just realized that Emiya Alter is, I think, the only guy that has a gun. Wait a minute. Am I wrong? Yeah, I might be a little bit wrong. Wait, no, we got Billy. There we go. We got Billy. That's a squirt gun. That counts. That's a gun. Sorry, the person I was actually thinking of when I came over here was Kiritsugu, the assassin Emiya, right? And he's not even here. But look, there's guys with guns over here. We got, well, that's a crossbow, I guess, but you get the point. We got people with guns, all right? People with guns, archer, easy. Throw her down as an archer, and I'm sold. Melusine, I think, honestly, they're just going to make her, like, the meta unit. I think they just make her something like an Avenger or, like, a Berserker, and they just call it a day. If you've gotten to Lost Belt 6, you do know that at some point, Melusine kind of loses her marbles a little bit. She kind of goes a little crazy, and so if they wanted her to be an Avenger or a Berserker, I think they do actually have lore grounds to kind of stand on with that, so I wouldn't be all that upset about it. And I think if they just want to make Melusine like a really strong like meta unit, those are like the two classes that go. I mean, think of like some of the best units in the game. They're all like Berserkers because they hit everybody, or they're Avengers because they have a stupid good class modifier. It's why the aforementioned Summer Heiress does so much damage. It's just because of her Avenger class modifier. And then Sith over here, I don't know, she's got a big hammer. Maybe if she's an Avenger, she gets to be a Berserker. Maybe they're going to be doing something like that. I really don't have a whole lot of speculation on like Sith over here, but given the way that her story ended in like her 3rd Ascension and 4th Ascension dialogue, maybe she'll actually be a Zerg, then you'll be an Avenger, you'll be an Archer, and they'll make you like, I don't know, something weird. I have no idea. Maybe they will just make you a Saber, and then you get to be like a... You can't be an alter ego. Unless these are like different deities. I have no idea what is up with the two fish and the bird over here, and then you could be like a ruler or something. That's kind of my speculation. That's what I'm working with, but I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Again, I'm kind of just spitballing ideas right now because realistically, Chloe could be a Saber, and then she could end up being like a foreigner or something. They could be like, yep, we stuck another random Cthulhu Mythos guy inside of Suzuka over here. Like, we just shoved it in her, and then we're calling it a day. Now she's a foreigner. It's like, great, fantastic. Nobody was even remotely going to see that coming, right? But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. And yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day. Peace. Late, guys.